great. I met a new concertino. Last time I have a different concertino. Now I have Sebastian, and last time I had, I think, Manuel, and I love them both. And the orchestra, I have many friends now. I can see, remember people. So it's very nice, to come back and to share some musical ideas, and
and be at home.
And be at home, like I said. I think the challenge is for every conductor is every orchestra is different flavor, different style. So you have to really start to get into the orchestra and to feel the orchestra, to be able to project their understanding of the music and to offer them yours, and to offer them some ideas of what you feel the music is all about. Now, the easiest of the rehearsal was the Revueltas. They know it, and you can feel it's everything in the blood. It was played so beautiful. It was so exciting, so really exciting. I learned from it. See, my idea is that as a performer, as a conductor, as a musician, I keep growing. I keep learning and to exploring, to be curious. And that's why I was really excited to come and to do the Revueltas. Of course, the Mozart, we all know. And the Mendelssohn is just beautiful. It shows a lot of the lightness, the classic, each movement has a different calling that of his impression is busy to Italy or his life. For instance, the second movement is pure singing, pure aria and singing. Third movement also singing, but more in a dance-like. And the last moment is different kind of dance, but it's so you have to bring out all of these ideas, but first you have to see what the orchestra will give you. And after the first rehearsal or when you start to work, you see what they give. Say, okay, I'll use the good ones of what they give, and I will try to add something to have a little bit more refined, more for what my translation of the music is, more my interpretation. With the help of my friends at OFUNAM in the music, we picked that piece. I was aware of other music of Revueltas, Ocho Power, Radio, and some others, which I always liked it very much. I think with this piece, this homenaje, how do you say homenaje? Homenaje. I have to work on my pronunciation.
Don't worry.
But it has a lot of. You can see how dear Garcia Lorca was, and you can see how he's longing. And for instance, the second movement, the beautiful trumpet part, which is very active throughout the thing, throughout the piece, and you can see it started and end the first movement. He's practically the soloist of the whole of the, for sure, the first two movements, and then everybody come to a big fiesta, so-called, in the end. But I mean, I think it showed a lot of depth, a lot of the second movement, a little bit sadness, and a little bit so it's for me as a musician, and I'm not. I mean, and you can see how the orchestra and the musician feel it from the inside out, and I love it. It was easy. We did it in 45 minutes. 45 minutes, we touch few things, we tune few things, we put it all together, and
it's easy to go.
Not absolutely yet, but it's beautiful, and everybody is so good. So bassetto is an extended clarinet, and you will see it. People say it was written for it, which I do believe it is. But I'm not a musicologist, and it has a little bit more depth, and to make the the whole line, some of the low notes that in the regular clarinet you cannot reach, it gives you a lot of different, and the rest of it is the same as the regular A clarinet in La that was performed with Ricci. This one, it's completely different in the color. The color is much more, how would you say it, much more warm in a sense, more deep in a sense. And you will see it adding notes in the bottom. But obviously, both of them are my students, or my former students.
Both?
Of course.
Oh, I only know Ricci.
What?
Well, I only know that Ricci was your
No,
student.
read her resume. She's one of my students. He was my mentor. You know.
That's so great.
No, I'm very proud of her. But you see, both of them, and each one play completely different.
Of course.
They are former students. Former students. And so you will see here, it will be a completely different experience. It's like, but that's what's so interesting, because I teach and I preach for my orchestra. I preach to find our voice, our collective voice. And with my former students and anybody, I help them find their own voice. So their own voice is completely different from each other. It would be a very boring world if all our voices would be the same.
No.
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that's, yeah, of course. and for me, let me put it this way, and I will share with you. Right? Conducting the Mozart concert is beautiful, but obviously I breathe differently than they are. You know, when I play it, I breathe differently. And especially conducting my own former student, it's very hard for me as their mentor and the one that needs to lead the orchestra to be together and everything. But it's such a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Such a gorgeous piece with a lot of the heights of classical music. I mean, really, one of his last pieces, obviously. And I'm really looking forward to see what Annalene is doing with that. I'm sure it will be very exciting. Okay. So, you know, Mendelssohn wrote at least 4 symphonies. People argue that even more he wrote, or 5 symphonies really, but the Reformation was the last one. But let's say the 4 basic ones. And the last 3, the third one, the 4th one, and the Reformation, which was also based on the Lutheran hymn and stuff. So it's, in a sense, it's kind of programmatic music in a sense. The third one is the Scottish symphony. When he travels, he has his impressions of the Scottish symphony. And then he wrote a symphony that you can hear all the waves hitting the big thing like that, and how light is the second movement of it. Then we move now to number 4. You see, we have to give some context. So they played, the orchestra played all of them music before in the past, I'm sure. But in the Italian symphony, it's completely different. It starts with a really happy moments, and then it's slow. The first movement is more intricate movement, and it has. But always you can hear like you are in Italy, somewhere in Italy. Either you're sitting in the Rome in the Spanish steps, or you look in the pine trees, and the whole atmosphere, or you looking at the Mediterranean or something like that. Again, that's my own interpretation, my own thing of what. But you can hear. So the first movement is the most intricate, but it's very happy music, I think. And then comes the second movement. It's just absolutely recitativo-like thing, like a voice. Then viola, bassoon, and oboe start. Gorgeous melody, simple melody. and they sing into each other. And in the beginning and in the middle you have a little intermezzo. Everything light and beautiful. But that's gorgeous. And then we have a la valse in a sense. Yeah. So it's another dance, but always with an Italian flavor. So if you listen for somebody who's speaking Italian, you can understand the diction there. And the last movement, Saltarello, is the done. Pum, 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 pum. Very light and flavor, and then in the middle we have this dance with the string. So it's complete, it's much lighter than, let's say, the Scottish, that has a little more waves and stuff like that. But it's beautiful, it's a complete joyful piece with a lot of different characters within it that build. But that's Mendelssohn impressions, you know. I can go into it a little bit more, but I mean, I'd like to give the impression, of, at least the way I interpret
the way you feel. Thank you so much. We appreciate a lot this conversation.